guys, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today I'm feeding my balls. But while I do that, there's something I kind of want to talk about. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a miniature rant, so bear with me. And here's the thing with all this. You know, it's one of those deals where maybe I'm being pissy when I shouldn't be pissy. You want that, I know you do. Get it. Get it. Get it. Twitchy, twitchy. But when you go to like a show or somewhere and you're pricing your snakes for sale, have some pride, for crying out loud. Okay, and I'm not in the business of telling you what you got to sell your stuff for. That's up to you. But the point I'm going to make is, you know, I work really hard at this. I work very hard to make quality animals, and they're very special to me. And if you're breeding out there, and I know most of you that watch this, a lot of you either are breeding or you have aspirations to breed. Some of you just want to have a pet, and that's cool too. But when you get to that point, or if you're at that point, have some belief in what you do. Have some pride in what you do. And I'll give you a really good example right here. This is a pretty simple snake, really. Let me see if I can't get him to eat around. This is just a little male lesser. Very nice lesser, really like the color. I mean, he's a pretty animal. We're going to try him on rats. He's been on mice. Let's see if he'll take one of these. But, you know, I ask what I think is a fair price for these. Am I the cheapest? Nope. Because I don't plan on being. I don't think I have to be. I think I applied a good animal, a good quality, and great customer service with the follow-up. I guess that's what my point is. Believe in yourself. If you go somewhere to sell animals, okay, and you feel the need to price your animals so rock bottom because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to sell them, okay, this is a dose of reality. This is kind of a rant, and I'm probably going to piss a few people off. And if I do, well, hell, it's my channel. I guess I get to do that occasionally. But if you feel that you've got a price, let's say I'm selling that for, well, we sell those males, we ask $80 for those males. That's what I ask. I think they're worth every penny. They're a nice color, they're bright. That doesn't mean I've never sold one less. Doesn't mean I've never sold one for more, depending on what year it is. But that's kind of where we're at. That's where we start at. You know, but I'll see people who will have a lesser. They're going to be afraid they can't get rid of it, and so they'll price it at $30 just to make sure it sells. Well, you do a couple things. One is now you got people thinking that's what the value should be. And supply and demand is going to dictate the value. Okay? It is. And values are going to change. And I'm not that guy who's like, oh, a lesser ball python should be a $400 animal. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is when you get so much fear that you can't move your animals, that you undercut things that much just to get rid of them, when if you really want to do that and you don't want to work to sell them, find a place, wholesale them out, okay? Because when you do that, it kind of hurts everybody a little bit. And it also hurts even the buyer a little bit. You're thinking, how does it hurt the buyer? If he's buying at $30, he should be happy. And yeah, he probably is happy right then. But then when he produces with those, now, what's the expectation? You know, that's the problem. So produce high quality animals, and I'm not saying that if you're selling that you're not making high quality animals. Price doesn't really dictate the quality of the animal, the quality does. But have just some pride in yourself, have some pride in your animals, be willing to stand behind that product you produce. You know, take the time and effort in your product to make sure it's ready for sale, make sure it's eating well, it's feeding well, make sure it's doing all those things. And I'll give you a prime example. Well, I can't because I just fed it and I don't want to disturb it. You know, I got a customer that he bought from us. I'm not going to name drop him right now because I hadn't talked to him before I filmed this. He bought a couple snakes from us, some of our Exanthic stuff, and I'll tell you what, I put the quality of my spider Exanthic that I produced up against anybody. He is awesome. He is an awesome, awesome snake. It's going to suck to see him go. I don't want to see that snake go. Okay, but it is going to go. He's already paid for it. It's going to go. And you know, he paid what I thought was a fair price for the animals and a price I think we're both happy with. Doesn't mean it was the cheapest. I'm sure if he looked really hard, he could have probably found them cheaper, but he probably wouldn't have found them better. And he also probably wasn't going to find someone who's going to stand behind that product the way I have, because I told him when I hatched it, it was the smallest baby I ever hatched. It's time. I think I actually went one smaller than that maybe this year, but it was small. It was in the 20s. It was in a smallest egg from a first-year female, or sorry, it was a second-year female, but it was the smallest egg she laid and a boob egg to boot. So he just didn't have much room. He's a little bitty snake. We had to start this thing on mouse hoppers, okay? Had to feed it mouse hoppers to start, not what I want, like little bitty mouse hoppers, like barely fuzzy, not really hopping around, eyes still closed. Not what I would normally start anything on. Just barely bigger than pinks. I guess you'd call it a mouse fuzzy, maybe. We were starting on that. We finally worked it up, and it's taken me a very long time to get that snake to 80 grams. And it's almost there. And he gets pictures of it when it feeds. Not every time. A lot of times I know what the weight is, let him know the update, and it's about ready to ship out. And he's excited to get it, and I'm excited to send it to him. But again, we spent months building the quality product, making sure that that little snake was healthy, eating well, and doing right before we're going to ship it out. And I'm going to stand behind what I do. That's why I serial number my animals. That's why we do all that. I guess my challenge to you, if you're going to go to shows, if you're going to be a breeder, is put together a nice display. You know, engage your customers and charge a price that's fair. Not because you think you're going to get stuck with them. And where this comes from is I talked to the other day at a show who had priced lessers at the exact price I quoted. And I looked at them and I said, man, that's a really crazy low price on those lessers. And it was their quote. Yeah, I was afraid I was going to get stuck with them. Where's the fear? If you make good animals and you market your animals well and you reach out to people and you're passionate and you're driven about what you're doing and you're excited and you go, hey man, let's look at this thing, and you truly believe in what you're doing and you truly have that excitement, you're not going to get stuck with those animals. They're going to feed off of that. People are going to see that you care about what you do. They're going to want to be a part of that energy. They're going to want to be a part of what you're doing because they're going to see that smile on your face. And people know if you're full of crap. Okay? Believe in people that they can spot bullshit, because they can. So if you sit there and you try to just fake it all the time, they're going to see right through that and they're going to know you're full of crap. But if you present yourself well and your animals well, I promise you, you're not going to get stuck. Charge a fair price. Because if you put that much work into it, and to make it a healthy animal, making sure it's feeding right, doing things right, you've earned it. You've earned it. And I don't, even as a breeder, come here, buddy. You know, I'll pay. I always look for a good deal too, but I'll pay a fair price. I won't buy the cheapest. I could have got this animal cheaper than I did. Well, not this one. I could have got this gene cheaper than I did, but it would have been a crappier example of the gene. It wouldn't have been exactly what I wanted. It wouldn't have been for people I trust. Whereas now with this animal, it's doing great. It's healthy. We're going to be able to probably breed it this coming season. You need to eat a few more times because of all those things. And I know what I can produce because of the quality. Okay? I know what I can produce because of the quality. The best example I can give of what I'm talking about is right... Where are you at, darling? You're in here somewhere. She's hiding from me. Nope. I can never find what I want. There it is. Look right by it 4 times. There's this gal right here. Okay? I think that's just a pastel. Yep. It's a pastel. This is a pastel 100% SK Xanthic. We did prove it out this year. She produced my Zebra Bee and all those other Xanthics I've shown you. She was produced by John Dog, JD Constriction. I paid more for her than what I could have found her from somebody else. I did. But when I was first getting into this project, I wanted to be a part of this, and I was new at this. I called John. I spent time on the phone with John. John provided great customer service. I saw all of his animals. I saw the quality that he had. And I knew that when I bought this animal, I never once have doubted that it was het for SK Xanthic. Never once. The whole time I've had it. Never once had a doubt. And it definitely proved out. And it's healthy. Produced great babies from his Xanthic line. I knew what quality I was getting. And I didn't mind paying for it. Because John put the work in with me and before. Now, if somebody was selling that snake and they were selling it for 1/3 of the price that John was asking, how do I even know it's really het? You start to question that breeder when their prices are that low. I can't help myself but question it. Why are you selling stuff so cheap? Why? You know? So ask a fair price. You know, work with your customers. And again, I'm not telling you what your prices have to be. That's totally your decision. But all I'm saying is don't go out there and just sell crap at rock bottom to just anybody, because you're afraid you're going to get stuck with it. And you're probably saying, oh, I watched your last video and this is bullshit because you're talking about doing these great discounts on Patreon. You're right, I am, but it's also a subscription service. So people are going to be kind of all pitching in to cause that to happen. It's not going to be me going to a show and selling a clown for $100, okay? Come on, man. You got to be proud of what you do. Everything you do. When you wake up in the morning, you should have your shoulders back and be proud just to be alive, okay? So be proud of the snakes you produce. Am I crazy here, Kurt?
No.
Am I crazy? Kurt, you got any questions about what I'm saying?
No.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't piss off too many people this week, and if I did, let me apologize in advance. But I still stand behind what I said. If it pissed you off, I apologize. You're pissed. But by God, show some pride. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.